Good morning everyone. In this video I'm going to be analysing the live price action for EU and DXY to see what opportunities may be available for today. You're going to see my strategy and my analysis, so if you're interested in those then please stick around. Right, starting off here on the daily, it's a new week, we are in August obviously, and what is the daily showing us? Clearly on Friday we closed out massive bullish engulfing, right? So if we look at this somewhat corrective price action on a lower time frame, all of these highs will be buy side liquidity. Now price partially mitigated this imbalance here, and then on Friday's NFP news and whatnot, price shot up. We've been bullish ever since. Okay, so we have performed a pullback, we have partially mitigated this POI, so possibly now we're just going to continue this bullish trend. Right, I've identified this high here as the next high of liquidity. This is also what I would call a weak high. Right, I've explained the concept before, but we've got this low which created a higher high. Now this high pulled back, didn't create a lower low, right? So it just mitigated some discount POI and continued bullish. So now this high is weak because it failed to break this low. Okay, so this high should be the target and a weak high. As I had mentioned in the previous videos, the impression I was getting from DXY, where it was not moving with EU, right? So it wasn't going bullish when EU was going bearish. It held this range here as a resistance and mitigated this POI. We held that price, and eventually on Friday the penny dropped, right? And we went super bearish now, creating a new bearish leg. Okay, we broke this low finally here, and now we have a strong bearish leg. Okay, price has just gone through that buy side liquidity target there now, right? So we'll see what price does with that. So clearly we're in a premium. We've just created a new high, right? So definitely in a premium, definitely in a discount. There was this daily POI here on DXY, which was an order block, but we have reached through it. I guess we're sweeping its lows for sell side liquidity at the moment. So we'll see how far we go. We may go towards this low here. Clearly there's some SMC divergence with how far DXY has gone relevant to these highs in comparison to EU, at least for the time being. So we may see some SMC divergence, especially if DXY comes and takes this low for sell side liquidity. However, we've already taken internal sell side liquidity, as you can see. We may still look like we'll respect this order block at the end of the day, right? Because if this closes as a low test, it will still look good as a POI for some sort of pullback. But either way, that's the daily. We're continuing bullish now. Strong new bullish leg here since Friday, leaving behind what will be most likely an order block. I doubt we'll pull back to it today, so we'll have an imbalance and an order block probably today. But price structure on the daily is now bullish. So now we're just keeping our eye on these liquidity targets. So we've gone through one, there's another one just above here, I guess there's an internal high, and then ultimately this one here as well, right? Same with DXY. Let's go down to the 4 hour and see what that shows us. So just for the moment here, I'm going to start off zoomed out on the 4 hour, so you can see massive bullish momentum, new 4 hour leg, right? We pulled back, making all this corrective price action here, and then took all of these highs for buy side liquidity, and this high included, which is great. We had that early signs of bullish behavior from this SMC, right? Because we had SMC divergence where DXY was showing it was weak, possibly, right, for further bearish price action, which meant bullish price action on EU. So just to zoom out again, right, we can take this, put this here, just to show we've taken new buy side liquidity, and then we can also add it here, right, which may be the ultimate target for price at some point. Okay, so we've gone through one target, we may go to the other, may or may not happen today, but just so you can see that I've been zoomed out here. So we've taken this low here on DXY, right, we can move this there, and we're heading towards this low here for more sell side liquidity. So we can see that now. Sell side liquidity here, we've taken some already here below this order block. Could remove that order block if we want to, but we'll see how the day closes out. So buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity taken, bullish leg in a premium. So where my bias is going currently, right, is that counter trend, right? Of course, we're bullish, clearly bullish. However, we are in a premium. We've just taken buy side liquidity. Okay, we've just created a new high. We're taking sell side liquidity on DXY. So I'm expecting a pullback. At the moment, the discount is way far down. Okay, so we have all of this imbalance here that price may want to fill at some point. So I'm thinking counter trend shorts. Right, that's where my mind is going now after taking all this buy side liquidity from all of this trend line here and this sell side liquidity down here. So that's my motive for today. I wouldn't like to trade into buy side liquidity after we've already taken it. After we've taken this or this, I wouldn't want to jump in a trade because it's more than likely that I'm trading against the liquidity and price will push lower. So I hope that's clear. We've got premium, discount, buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity. That should provide some sort of sponsorship counter trend back towards a discount and a premium on DXY. So let's go down to the 1 hour and see what that shows us. Here we are on the 1 hour, right? So clearly same massive bullish leg. Okay, the only difference with the 1 hour is obviously we made these sort of internal highs during Asia, come and swept these lows. You can see that the candle closed above, took these internal lows, right, mitigated this imbalance here, and then we saw the London Open move very bullish. Okay, I'm not aware of any news announcements, so very bullish opening, and we just come and mitigated buy side liquidity. I wouldn't want to count this to this as a leg, just because we didn't exactly pull back to any sort of discount beforehand, and there's such massive imbalances below that I would want to see a deeper correction from price. So if this closes out, especially as a high test, maybe below this high, that would look great as a sweep above for buy side liquidity. But either way, still I think the counter trend trading will be on. Let me zoom in some more. Even though we may leave behind order blocks here, so these are areas to be wary of because we got momentum from this zone. So if we can get into an entry nice and early up here where we've taken the buy side liquidity and the internal structure shifts up here, and we can trade down towards even these order blocks here, that'll be fine with me because these may provide some sort of support. It may continue from there bullish, because when you're in such a strong bullish trend, sometimes we won't pull back to the discount immediately. So price can definitely continue from this zone here. So the safest and easiest thing would just be to be out of the trade by this point. So I still see the counter trend shorts. We've just taken buy side liquidity here with this X. We are in a massively bullish candle in a premium on the hourly, and DXY looks like it is sweeping its lows, right? It wouldn't take much for this candle to close as a sweep above these lows as well. So it's taken sell side liquidity and it looks like it's creating some sweep of its own internal lows there. So a nice strong close would be great as well. I don't mind that. But bearing in mind on the 4 hour, right, this is the discount here. It may pull back further, but using a possible 1 hour leg here, I would just I'd be cautious of this order block POI here once we fill what might be an imbalance. I'm bearish in bias for the session, for the day possibly, depending on what happens down here, and it looks highly probable, especially if we break these lows, to just continue bearish to fill these imbalances here and possibly come down deeper into a discount if that happens. Like I said, price may continue from here also because it may want to take out these highs before a deeper correction. So I hope that's clear. I hope you understood. Also, I hope my sound is much better today. Let me know. Give me some feedback that has improved. So let's go down to the M15 and see what opportunities may be available for today. So here we are on the M15, and just as you can see drawn out here, there was a early short looking opportunity on EU. So we'll go through that. I didn't take this trade. It felt a bit rushed for me. But if you did take it and took the L, I don't think you can be too disappointed. I know a lot of momentum came into the market on the London Open, so if momentum kept you out of it, then that could be a good reason too. But DXY, ultimately there was obviously that divergence. DXY hadn't shifted bullish, so DXY respected its order block here and came back down for more sell side liquidity, as did EU, came up for more buy side liquidity, which wasn't too surprising, I guess. We did kind of close as that sweep below the sell side liquidity on the 1 hour. But I think the M15 did look like a breaker structure, momentum from here, pull back to an M15 order block, right? We had taken that previous weekly and daily high buy side liquidity during Asia. So strategy wise on a lower time frame, it makes sense. But again, there are just some higher time frame narratives that can cause this sort of price action. So I didn't participate. I've left it on there just so we could discuss it. And I could see why someone would take that L. I'm sure plenty of people did and some didn't. So if we put that to one side for a moment, what is it that I am looking for and waiting for now? Well, we've taken buy side liquidity here. We've taken sell side liquidity below these lows and some old lows here. Now I would be waiting for structure shift. Here it looks a bit far-fetched, and there's possibly the long scenario, right? Because we can see the order block here to go higher and take this high out. A bit risky for me, so maybe it'd be one that I would evaluate later, but of course that's on the cards. But for a short, I'd want to see price to create some structure. Whether it takes this high or not, I don't know, internally for buy side liquidity, and then break down. Right, I'd want to see that break of structure around here, and then we get possibly a corrective pullback to the lower time frame order block with imbalance to trade downwards towards a discount or towards the 1 hour and 15 minute POI here. Now it may respect this area as I've discussed, right? Break of structure here, possible inducement from a corrective pullback around here, lower time frame order block with imbalance here to trade short, stop loss just above the high, wherever that may be, down to whatever percentage fits your plan. Something like this is what I would be looking at from the shorts from this higher time frame buy side liquidity. Okay, of course this same move may happen higher up, as we know, because we're heading towards it, right? This would be an even greater external buy side liquidity, right? So I would expect more bearish momentum to come from there, but that's not important. It's just the same structure shift on the lower time frame that I'd be looking for with some momentum, right, to clearly show its direction. Now I am favoring those counter trend shorts, as I mentioned, because I don't like trading into such major buy side liquidity, especially this high here. Right, if we take out this high, I'm not going to want to immediately trade into that until we come down to this discount and also show that same structure shift. Okay, so yes, potentially we have our with trend structure down here, right, which price may pull back to in whichever way to this order block with imbalance to trade higher with the trend towards some highs to make a new high, trading towards a premium. Now of course that makes sense. We've got our break of structure around here, right? A lot of momentum came from this area, from this order block. We possibly could get a corrective pullback and we'd be with trend, but again it has its negatives. Buy side liquidity is taken externally. We have a premium, okay, we have discount, imbalances for price to be drawn into as well. So that's where my mind's at. It would be great to see the M15 shift to go short, like if DXY was to break up and also come to do that, and then if we were to break that down and pull back to go down, sorry if these are getting in each other's way, that would be great too. But that is a massive move from there, so we'll see what happens. I'd prefer that we just created that short from the top here to go down. Now this is the only area here now where I'd prefer to be out of the trade by there, or at least managed, right? Managed to be most likely before this point here, and then we can see how price moves, right? But if we take this high here again, I don't want to just execute off of there. I'll use that 1 hour POI that is there and wait for structure to shift bullish again during what probably be a New York session maybe. So I hope that was clear. I hope you gained value from that. I hope my mic volume was much better, so let me know if that was the case and that the video has improved. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.